Holiday time means treating yourself to a few more treats than you probably usually do, but there are ways to make sure you can still fit in healthy food as well. And joining me this morning is Barb Scala, fresh food chef and master gardener, to talk about a few things that you can do to incorporate healthier foods. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. And of course, this time of year, we associate with packing on the pounds. Doesn't have to be that way, though.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, we want to indulge in some treats, certainly for the holidays. Because of my master gardener background, I've really focused on what's available or what we want to cook with that's still out there, maybe being held cold for a while, like the pear, the Christmas pear, a camas pear we usually get sent to us at Christmas.
Yeah, sure, love a good pear.
Yeah, and they're usually picked in the fall, late as possible, but they're not picked ripe. So they come off the tree, they need a little cold storage, and then bring them out for Christmas if we have that variety and if they can be picked as late as can. So pears, a great thing to do is to roast pears. Just a simple roasting. I put olive oil on mine.
Really?
Yes, you can put butter, of course, but you know I'm going healthy. I drizzle it with some goat cheese, some cranberries, which we're going to talk about in a minute.
It's a little sweet and savory together.
That is, and a little balsamic vinegar, and it is a great dessert with a dollop of something you like, creme fraiche, even some ice cream. Serve it warm. We've got our apple fritters.
Can I try one of these?
Absolutely. In honor of Hanukkah, we want something in oil, and I did grapeseed oil. Those are our apples sliced. You know, use a firmer apple like a Rome or a John of Gold or something that would hold up to the frying. You put it in the batter. I made mine gluten-free, and they look like donuts, but they're apple fritters.
You said Hanukkah, and of course Sam has to come over and check it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good.
Twofold. It's twofold.
They're cold, guys. I didn't warm them up.
That's okay. It's still good.
It actually tastes very good.
Oh my gosh! Last night when I made them, they were fabulous.
But they smelled fantastic.
Yes.
Too, when they were hot out of in the kitchen. Yeah.
Absolutely. They're best just made.
I'm sure.
And that's a great thing for Hanukkah with the oil. My spelt cake, apple, pear, all
I'm sorry,
on
your
top.
what cake? What was that word?
Spelt. Spelt is an artisan grain or an ancient grain that is a wheat, actually, but I prefer it to our conventional wheat. And I've put apples and pears on top. What about the baked apple?
That looks so festive, too, the way you've done it there with the cinnamon stick.
Yeah, I've used our native maple syrup, walnuts, cranberries, which, let's talk about cranberries.
Okay, let's.
All right, they come from the Northeast.
Sure.
They're native to here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the first one was cultivated, it's a bush, you know, the first cranberry bush was cultivated in Massachusetts in the 1800s. So with the bogs up in Massachusetts, they shake the water or the bush and it goes into the bog, and the cranberry has a little air pocket in it, and that's why it floats.
Floats to the
And
top.
it's very good for you if you don't cover it in sugar.
Yes, now...
Would she cover it in sugar?
Well,
you know who we're talking to here?
Well, you've got to use some sweet with cranberry.
Sure,
of course.
It's quite tart. Yeah. So you can make syrup, use maple syrup, you can use honey, and I've made mine, instead of the traditional orange juice, I've made mine with balsamic vinegar.
Oh, it's different.
And with cinnamon, and you put a little creme fraiche or whatever you want on the bottom, mascarpone, and just put that on top, and now it's dessert.
Okay.
How wonderful is that?
Even with balsamic, it doesn't taste like savory as opposed to sweet?
You're going to get that, you know, dessert things like this has balsamic on it. You can put balsamic vinegar on ice cream, but with cranberries, it really, or you can poach them in wine as well.
Maybe I'm going to try that now, aren't you?
As you can a pear, yeah.
On to the next cookies.
Yeah,
now we're running out
absolutely.
of time.
These are raw. These are made with carrots. Try one of those, Ken, because that's carrot and coconut. Our Linzer tart with our berries preserved from the summer.
Yep.
No, you don't want one of those. Those are sticking on there. That's a raw carrot thing.
I'm okay with trying it.
Okay, I don't know if it will come. It's sticky.
That's okay.
Anyways, we have our tartlets here. And I've made a tarte tatin, which is made out of sweet potatoes.
Okay.
And it's gluten-free. It's made with almond meal for the crust. I've done nut crust here. And a tarte tatin is usually apple, so you can certainly do an apple. Here's a Georgia candy roaster. that I have here, this big squash
This-
here.
okay. Huge.
And it's something that you can roast up as well. Use it in here or any of your sweet potato souffles like I did last time.
Okay.
And that's wonderful. And then I made a pear, apple, and sweet potato little tartlets. I don't know if you can see that.
Well, we've
which are
got, tell you
wonderful.
what, we've got a list of some tips I think we can put up on the screen that we can
Yes.
talk about for how to get some healthier things into food. Here's some ideas. Fruits, of course, just about everything on here had some kind of fruit in it. And vegetables too, we've been talking about that with your squash and other things. And you told me about sprouts.
Artisan
Yeah,
flours.
mhm.
Well, I have different flours here and an almond meal, so it's nut flours.
Okay.
Different things to bring in that gluten-free cooking rather than the traditional wheat diet that we're accustomed to.
All right. Well, all very good tips and lovely snacks. Thanks for bringing these in.